Welcome to the Mario Era, chapter 149.
149 de Mario. It's me. It's Mario.
I'm in. Yep.
What? It's the off season.
Hi, Deshaun.
Not technically the off season yet. We still have a game remaining.
How you guys doing?
Doing all right. I mean, not doing great, but doing all right.
It's us and FIU, buddy.
That's right. Us and FIU. I saw Frank Ponce getting an interview.
Yeah?
For FIU.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Well,
right back where it started for him.
Yeah. I mean, for him, yeah. I
Happy Whiskey Wednesday.
Cheers.
Happy
I got
Whiskey Wednesday.
it's Tequila Thursday.
Okay. It's actually
Today is Thursday, and you're listening on Friday, so we're all completely wrong.
I'm enjoying a Buffalo Trace smoked old fashioned.
Nice. Oh, there you go. I got the Weller going.
All right, good.
I've got Ocho.
Ocho.
Tequila Ocho. So good. Ocho Plata.
We've got OBBAI coming up today. We got IP Daily.
Why are we here?
Championship weekend, bowl projection.
We just leave it to them?
I'm just saying.
15 minutes in and out.
Should we go down the entry?
Already?
Well, I don't know. What did you want to talk about?
I have the slightest idea.
Oh, I got one for you. I got one for
really
you.
thrown me off.
TV
just
show.
like jumping down there. What?
I got a TV show for you.
A TV show?
TV show that
I haven't watched TV. Ro doesn't watch TV. I haven't watched a show in probably a year. Literally. Not a single show has been turned on.
Okay.
I don't know why, but go ahead. What's the show?
It is on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
It is called Lioness.
Oh.
So good.
Is she hot?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
Yes, incredible.
So good.
Oh yeah, Avatar and the Green Girl and
Galaxy. Green. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does she eat people?
No, she
hunts them.
Like she's like a Navy SEAL type person.
Yes.
And leads a team, and it's like, yes, right up your SEAL Team 6, bro. Like this is
there
a
you
fun.
Go.
I guess season 2 has Morgan Freeman in it.
Morgan Freeman's alive.
Nicole Kidman's in it as well. It's
Red.
Oh, Red's back from Mexico. That's amazing.
So yeah,
get busy. Living,
Andy
died.
Andy died, and then Red had to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe is it him or Samuel? Someone.
I will say I'm not totally TV-less. I did catch the 2 first episodes of Skeleton Crew. It's exactly Goonies meets Star Wars. The first 2 episodes, no complaints. It's actually it's childhood Goonies. Yeah, not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it's better than that other nonsense.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew. So the little kids on their home planet, they find a ship.
Home planet? I'm out.
And then they turn around and
it's a Star Wars show, dude.
They go out and into space on this ship, and they happen to be a pirate ship, and it's like the Skeleton Crew because there's skeletons on it. So yeah, that's what it is. It's a pirate adventure. In space.
We watched. We had the girls watch Goonies the other day. Did see that like a month ago.
What'd they think?
They didn't love it. They didn't love it. And I'm not really sure why. I don't remember their total reaction. Kenzie thought it was better than Maven, but Kenzie thought it was pretty dumb. We were laughing because the older brother, the older brother is highly successful, right?
It's Thanos.
It's Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Brolin, yeah.
And
I saw some of him the other day.
And Rudy, he did pretty well for himself too. I mean, that's Rudy.
Samwise Gamgee. Did a ton of Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. Well, that cast pretty much all went somewhere.
Yeah. Short round ended up going to play
Feldman's doing a hell of a job
with his band.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is not good.
If anyone hold on a second. If anyone doesn't know, I don't know. I'm sure we've brought this up before, but
we listened to it live here.
Okay, so we just talked about the fact that I'm going to be 49 next week, and we never thought we'd get to 50. So my memory's not very good. So if you haven't seen Corey Feldman and his just look it up on Twitter or YouTube or just Google it. It's
awful.
It's
serious.
Astonishingly bad.
So I looked it up on my phone.
Yeah, he did.
Bange.
It's hard. It's like it's you know how Ro doesn't like uncomfortableness.
Mm-hmm.
That is really uncomfortable for me.
What do you
watching
think
him
he
up there?
charges? What does it cost to get his band to perform?
Way too much.
Like,
he asked for
your
way
local
more.
clam festival.
He's asking for like 30 G's. He's
No
probably
way
getting,
he's not
Right.
he's
asking
probably
for
getting like
He's getting like
500.
he's getting like $2,000 a show probably.
30 grand.
Yeah,
Shut
that's
up.
what he's asking for. But
They're
he's,
each getting $500,
yeah, and
which
some
gets
dork.
them from venue to venue. They get to
Oh my
eat, they get
God.
to drink, and they get to stay in Motel 6s.
Mhm.
I know this very well actually. But you know, that's about what they get.
And then you fight with the club
You got to
owner
pay for
because they're like,
gas.
oh, you only brought 46 people, bro. It was packed. I'm pretty sure we brought more than 46 people.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Anyway.
do it. I'm dreading this.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it is.
Thank you, AI Scoop. Welcome back.
It's Friday, and I think we should start with the state of the program following National Signing Day. Canes
Okay.
come in at 14, according to 247.
Okay.
Gators come in at 11. FSU somehow pulls it out of their ass and gets into 25.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
mean
how are we feeling,
25. I
man?
think it's their worst. I think I saw something about that being their worst in 30 years or something. But I mean, look, the Canes, we lost a couple down the stretch. You gained one, Wiley, which was everyone thought was a linebacker, thought he was probably Texas. So you gained one there. You lost a couple. And you didn't get a couple flips you were hoping to get. Look, it wasn't Mario's best year on the trail, but this stuff has changed, right? We know that. Portal season is amongst us. And that's part of the overall equation. If you want to consider, I don't know what's the percentage? What's the percentage that you value of high school recruiting to yearly and seasonally, actually, portal recruiting? What's your percentage?
It's a great question. It just depends on the year and it depends on your roster makeup.
Right.
So right now, Miami Hurricanes were on the cusp and on the verge of being a playoff team. I think those hopes have now been dashed. But you look at your roster and you feel your needs based on where you're at. This year, I just felt like it wasn't the prioritization. You heard early on in the season, too. Last year, the recruiting class were like, Mario's going to flirt with the top 5. Mario's going to get in the top 5. You never really got that. So it almost seemed to me that they're playing the long game, right? And they realize this is what they need. Is any of these players going to be able to put me into the playoffs next year? That's the question. You have to be able to make that determination year in and year out, year in and year out. But here's why I don't panic, is the fact that Mario does have a track record of being a great recruiter. This wasn't his best class. Mind you, it was the top class in the ACC, right? But here's the other thing. I would be really, really, really upset right now because I'm like, listen, 14's not going to get it done no matter how you look at it because there's only a 14 playoff. Well, there's not a 14 playoff anymore. So there's 12 teams that get in the playoffs. So you want to be in that top 12. He's right on the cusp out of that, but you want to be in that top 12 as at all costs because that means you're in that top echelon group. So the goalpost is moved, and I feel like this was a year that he's trying to go ahead and probably plug it more with the portal because I don't think any of those kids are going to help what the defense needs. The portal kids are. And I think that's where you're at. And there's a monetary value attached to this because how much are you willing to spend for these recruits coming out of high school versus your bona fide needs? And I think that's better suited in the portal.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. I think you hit it right on the head, and that's true. It's a business now. It was a business before, but it's much more of a, staying in the black type scenario, right? This is a rate of return type business now, and how you spend your money is almost as important as how you're dividing up the class, whether it's high school kids or portal kids. So you know that the back end on this defense needs guys who can play right now. You can't bring him in. They're a 5-star, they're 4-star, and you hope that they can. You don't want a true freshman playing back there. You don't. Ideally, you don't. You need guys that can play right now, unequivocally, 2 starters in the back end, 2 more starters at corner. Maybe you got OJ as one of them. Maybe Damari is another one. But you need 4 guys that you need to be able to pay and that can play immediately. Look, we had an interesting conversation with somebody the other day, and it doesn't necessarily bode well for the firing of Lance Guidry or the not firing of Lance Guidry, but we were told, kind of on the down low, this might be more of a talent thing than it is a coaching thing. Maybe some guys aren't playing in their natural positions. It's possible. You need guys yesterday. Plug and play. You have to get them. And I think that they were okay with the guy, the safety who was trying to leverage Tennessee. You got to go. Because why spend the money on the kid? He's probably not going to start right away. Spend the money on the guy from Purdue. Go get that guy who had 6 picks and 200 tackles in 2 years. Like, that's the guy you need.
And in a microcosm, you're looking exactly. There's business decisions that need to be made. How much am I willing to spend on this guy that potentially might not start versus a guy that I know can go ahead and fix what I need to be fixed? So when you say, oh, he lost guys late, you're going to lose guys late. Are you new to this? Is this new, this college football recruiting thing? Everybody loses people late. It's just what happens. Look at Brian Kelly in LSU. He's complaining about the NIL market and he's losing all these players, blah, 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 blah. You're going to lose some guys. That's fine. Still hang your hat on the fact that, look, this is probably like a filler class, right? It's just one of the layers of the cake, but not like the pretty layer on the cake. And you need that layer because the cake's going to kind of fall down. But at the end of the day, I'm still happy that it's the number 1 class in the ACC. That
sure, but what if they can go and in the portal they get guys that are sophomores and juniors? Mm-hmm. They're not 1-year guys. Okay, well now all of a sudden you've layered that, but then you've got the layer right on top that's still you got time left.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. And it's not bad recruiting. Don't get us wrong. I mean, I feel like Florida State, the reason why they're like defunct recruiting. They don't have it. That's not this class. It's just not one of don't spin it. It's not one of, it's just not going to go down in the annals of history as Mario's best class or even close to that. And I think that's what people are looking at, right? You just failed getting us into the playoffs. This is what you're doing. You're known as a recruiter. You can't even get a top class. Well,
and you're bringing up a bigger point, Ro, because you talk about the attitude of the fan base. And I got to be honest with, and I'm sure this will go over well, but people talk about this fan base being miserable. You're 100% correct. Oh my God, this is insane. I mean, like, I don't know where everyone's been the last 20 years, but you're coming off a 10-2 season, and all I'm seeing, if it wasn't for this one certain one, if it wasn't for Cam, we would have been 5-7 or 6-6. We're going to be 6-6 next year if Emory is starting. Like, I mean, the level of negativity. Like, you wonder when guys like Stubbs are talking about where are they getting the negativity? It's from you guys. It's from the fan base. It's from social media. That's where they're seeing it all. So I mean, honestly, I don't understand what is wrong. The fact that this fan base seems unable to enjoy what we just saw, a 10-2 season with the number 1 offense in the country going out there for the last 14 weeks, putting on a show for us. Yeah, we lost 2 of the last 3, and that sucks. We've had shitty instant seasons for the last 20-something plus years. But the fact that everyone is so negative and down about this is absolutely just blowing me away, man. Like, this last 90 days have been an absolute joy. Yeah, sure, the last few weeks sucked. Didn't go the way we wanted. Didn't get blown out. Lost by a total of 9 points, but it sucked, yeah. But this has been a blast. It's been a blast.
There's a spotlight that usually happens when things don't go humans' way, and we got to put it on something and somebody. I will tell you, I'm not putting that on the program internally or on Mario. My thing is at the rigged game that we're going up against, and it's been bad, boys. Like, I am pissed.
Well, I
am pissed at what transpired. I am like literally flabbergasted. And the talking heads keep trying to, well, if you didn't lose those 2 games, no, I'm like, I'm grabbing the motherfucker and I'm just like steering it back. And I'm like, we didn't score just 3 points against Oklahoma, you dumb fuck. We didn't do that. You lost to 2 teams, Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. So that's where that's where but when you turn the spotlight back off and it gets off me and I feel better and I feel clear, there was trajectory. There really was. You went 10-2. Mario, think about this. The people who are complaining about Mario, what's been Mario's MO? He's not an ingenuity guy. He's not an offensive guy. He meddles. He gets in the way. He's bad with game day management. He was much better in game day management. Don't even start. He can't get his coordinator hires. He did nail Shannon Dawson. He's on the fence with Guidry. We'll talk about that. Oh, and he brought in the number 1 offense. He can't get quarterbacks to play. He brought in a Heisman potential candidate. He did. He improved. And look what we did. We went 10-2. So guess what? You think, okay, in terms of winning in the ACC, it's hard. It's a little harder. I don't know if you know this. And how did Clemson had to Clemson it a few times before they broke through. Maybe this is our Clemsoning moment. Maybe we're Clemsoning it. We got 10-2. We were right there. All we had to do is beat Syracuse, apparently, right? Who's a shit team until they beat us, and then they get ranked. Maybe we got to Clemson it for a few more years. But I am not selling on Mario Cristobal at all. At all.
All right.
No.
So let me just address what you just brought up. First of all, it's obvious that since they went to 12 teams, this committee is taking an approach that we have seen for years from the basketball committee for the NCAA tournament. And that is that, first of all, this committee does not respect the ACC. So we saw that last year, seeing it again this year. So that's number one, that's not changing. And the reason why it's not changing is because for the better part, until 15 years ago, this conference historically has only cared about basketball. So that's just why. It's ingrained. It's going to take years to get out of that whole thing and change that around. So whatever. They don't respect you as a football conference. Fine, but you're still a Power Four. Here's your other deal. They're obviously rewarding, and they think more highly of a very good win working for you than a bad loss working against you. And that's the same as it is in basketball. They're going to reward you more for beating a top 10 team than they are for that one night that you had off. Ro, I'm just telling you, this is the thought process. So there's only one thing you can do about this. Only one thing the University of Miami has, only option they have, because they're not leaving the conference. You're not going to the Big Ten. You're not getting an invite to the SEC. You're not going to sue the ACC. You got to stop scheduling MAC. You need 2 made-for-TV games those first 4 weeks. You want to have FAMU? Fine. You got 3 other non-conference games. 2 of them have to be against Power 2 teams. Power 2 teams made for TV games. You can't be playing Troy. You can't be playing. You can't afford it. You need to have a strength of schedule.
Bullshit.
No, Ro, that's not that's a reality.
The strength of schedule is bullshit. It's a
need to have
farce.
quality wins.
What did Miami? Who did Miami play the first game? Who did Miami play the first game?
Not one quality win.
Who did Miami play the first game?
Florida.
How is Miami supposed to know 4 years ago that Florida was going to be bad this year?
You don't.
You do exactly what you're supposed to do. You get a marquee SEC team. So you mean to tell me if they were a top 10 team, Miami would still be in? No, it's bullshit. Because you want to know why they get their strength of schedule bump? How the fuck does Vanderbilt count as a quality loss? You got 3 teams, Toast. 4 teams with 3 losses in the SEC, all of them ranked. Syracuse, with the number 1 pass offense in the country, doesn't get ranked the whole year. They take out the number 1 offense in the country, which is us, but it's a bad loss. You want to know why it's a bottom loss? Because of the bottom feeder economics that fucking conference puts on our ass. And that's what happens. It's a farce. I see what you're saying, but there's nothing you can do. You can't fight back with hyperbole. You can't fight back with anything. You just need to go after them with like reckless abandon. You can't do this anymore. Get your team of lawyers. Bro. Run it up I'm just telling you. Their strength of schedule argument is bullshit. No, it's not. You mean to tell me South Carolina is a good team? You mean to tell me Ole Miss is a good team? You mean to tell me Vanderbilt's a good team? When have they been good, Toast? When have they been good?
They're good this year. Ole Miss has been good for a few years.
Syracuse was good this year. Louisville was good this year.
Bro, but
Duke was good this year.
Ro.
All those teams are good this year, but they're not going to get the bump.
Because they didn't have a quality win, Ro. Who did Syracuse beat
this year? Because they won't let us have a quality win.
Ro, Syracuse's best win this year was us. They also beat Ohio. They beat Holy Cross. They beat UConn. All right. They beat UNLV, which is weird because UNLV is ranked higher than them in the final poll, but whatever.
No shit.
But they didn't have a quality win until they played us.
So
we didn't have a quality win.
What's South Carolina's quality win?
Let me go ahead and pull up South Carolina, but they beat somebody. Yeah, they beat.
Okay, so they beat Clemson. Clemson's not ranked. How's that a quality win? According to them, that's not a quality win. That's not a quality win. Who did Who did Missouri beat? Who did Missouri beat?
Let me pull up South Carolina here for you.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Clemson. They beat Missouri. They beat Texas A&M.
Missouri shit.
Okay.
Like, don't even start. If Syracuse, why is Missouri good? Okay, they beat Texas A&M.
South Carolina.
They had Texas A&M. They had Texas A&M, the number 3 school in the country, a year ago because of the recruiting class. They went 6-6 and followed Jimbo.
Carolina's below us. They're not in.
But I'm just saying, why are they above Syracuse? What I'm saying is in the bottom feeder, because we can't.
Alabama in front of us. I tell you why Alabama's in front of us, because they beat Georgia.
And the only way the only way this happens, the only way you're saying, okay, because you can't do this. No, because I'm saying it's impossible, Toast. I can sit there and say, listen, I'm going to put Notre Dame and Florida on the schedule. They both could have off years.
Dude, next year's schedule is going to be significantly better graded out than this year's schedule was.
And it's not going to matter. Watch. It's not going to matter. You know it and I know it. So then next thing you know, Miami loses by a total of 9 points. But Alabama gets to go in there, and they played a team that only had one win in conference, Toast, and they only put up 3 points.
I'm aware.
If that was our only loss, that would have kept us out of the playoffs. Who beat Georgia?
They have a quality win.
Who's multiple losses again this year? Carson Beck is horrible. It's not the same Georgia team. It's not the same Georgia team.
Listen, Ro, for the last better part of a decade, 2 teams have ruled this sport. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt. Georgia and Alabama. They have. Okay. You want to change that? Play someone besides friggin' Ball State.
Okay, they play Ball State too, Toast. I'm not talking about that.
But they have a conference patch that we don't have, Ro. I'm telling you how you make up for the gap.
Fight that.
The only thing you can
fight
do
that because it's a farce. There's nothing. My people who are saying the bullshit that all Miami had to do was beat Syracuse. No, because if they were in a different conference, they didn't need to do that. Because if they were in a different conference, they would have been in. If they were in a different conference, they would have been fine. Why do these guys get screwed? Why do they get screwed?
Who cares? The fact is, you're going to get screwed. There's only one way for you to counteract it. You only have one card to play. You have to come.
But you can't even count on that.
Schedule. You can't. But it's the only card you have to play.
But you can't even count on that card.
Count on anything. But that's the only card you have.
Hold on a second. You guys are cute, but you're both right. I understand where Ro is obviously upset. From what I can gather,
I'm pissed.
We've figured that out. And Toast is telling you a solution that he thinks is a solution. That's a school solution. The bigger problem is the ACC is silent until the 11th hour. And then you start putting out tweets, and then you start doing this, and then Phillips is talking about this and how great the conference is. All in the day, all like Tuesday. The bigger problem is this conference as a whole does not have a voice. We don't have a mouthpiece like the SEC has, right? Sankey goes, it doesn't matter what he says. Who cares what he says? He's in the spotlight saying it. We don't have someone that stands up for the conference. The only guy who stands up for the conference for the second half of the year is Rhett Lashley. He's the only guy who said boo about anything. And then Dabo finally says something. It's too late, Dabo. It's too late by then. This is something that needs to start now. I think you're starting to see it. I think that people within the community, within somewhat of the media, are starting to bitch. And you're starting to see it much, much more than last year with FSU. But they're starting to bitch because now it's become a trend. You have 2 years in a row where the ACC has been looked down upon and been leapfrogged by somebody who probably isn't as deserving to be there than the ACC team that should have been there. So now they're like, oh, well, maybe this is going to happen all the time. Maybe we should say something. Maybe we should get out of our office and off our chairs and talk about it. Like, say something. Do something. Do anything. Do something like FSU. It's the bigger picture is we can do what we want as a team and we can schedule who we want. Ro's right. You can't count on it because 4 years from now, maybe they suck. And maybe it's not a quality win. But if the conference can open their fucking mouths and speak clearly on why they think their conference is a viable conference and should be included in that discussion, with not only having one team in, unless Clemson pulls up, that's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is we don't say shit as a conference. Are you too scared? Are you too worried about what people have? I don't know. But you got Sankey. He doesn't give a shit about anything. He just says how good it is.
Rhett Lashley brought up an interesting point,
and
too.
you've got Saban. I know he's brought up 3 things in like 2 days that have been great. You've got
I want
Saban
Toast's
on
opinion
game,
on it, too,
game
because
day every day,
with the strength of scheduling thing. So when Miami played Louisville, they were ranked.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ranked win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, eventually, we beat them, and we knocked them out of the top rankings. We don't get credit for that. When we played Duke, Duke was ranked. It's an ACC team. We don't have the benefit to jump their middle tier SEC teams. So bottom feeder economics kicks in. We beat Duke. They come out. So now they say Miami doesn't have ranked wins. Well, wait a second. When we played them, okay, they were ranked. That was a good win. That was a ranked win versus opponent at the time. Why don't you take credit for that? But we lose to Syracuse. Syracuse thus becomes ranked, and then they use it against us. Look, Miami doesn't have a winning record against ranked teams. That is not a fair and equitable system whatsoever.
No, it's not. But it's never going to be. Toast is correct. It's never going to.
And I understand
the guy
that.
who
So
runs
the
this is like the AD of Michigan, for fuck's sake. Like,
yeah,
what are we doing? How do you have
understand
how
that,
about
but there's
nonpartisan people?
But
in this?
even so, what I was going to get to is like the only way you could combat this, if you get the SEC, you're not going to do it like, hey, we want to play. We don't want to play half of our ACC schedule. We want to play half of the SEC schedule. And this, can you let us? Could you let us in? Because that's legitimately what's the only thing that's going to happen. It's a rigged system. So what do you do? Okay, what do? You got to go ahead. You
win all your
games,
bro. You win all your games.
Impossible. It's hard to win all your games. It's hard to win all your games. I don't care what you say.
The Louisville issue is we got screwed because Louisville had a horrific 30 seconds at Stanford.
Yeah, 30 seconds Stanford, which cost them out of the rankings. If they
not lost that game, they would have stayed ranked.
And Alabama had a worse 60 minutes where they scored 3 points and went up. Oh,
but the fact that Ward Manuel is going to go ahead here to Reese Davis and say that the deciding factor between us and Alabama was the final 3 games, and we go 1-2, lose to 2 teams to 9 points that are a combined like 17-6 or something like that, or 17-8, and then Alabama goes 2-1, but one is Mercer. Mm-hmm. And they get rolled by 20 at Oklahoma team that has 1 conference win.
And you're saying we can't play Mercer because that's what happens. Because
we can't, man. Well, we don't get that.
Exactly.
We don't get that.
So you have to.
And they play them the second to last game.
Last game. Yeah.
And the way you do it, and the way it needs to be done, is you need to attack them as I'm talking about. I got you, but I'm telling you right now too. Listen, open source. Every time you play one of these freaks on the SEC. The ACC should have analysts to be like, we know exactly how they operate, bro. Here's your free analytics. Let's go beat them. Let's go beat them head to toe. Every time we meet something, every time they say this just means more, you just chime right in and go, yeah, it just means more bullshit. That's all that means. Every time you do it, you know it's a farce. You keep chipping it away, beat them every chance you get, and keep parading it, because that's the only thing you could do. That's the only thing. You got to keep fighting tooth and nail until that's it, because FSU got screwed last year. Miami gets screwed this year.
Since talking about winning and making some money, Underdog is a place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. With over 5 million happy players and 2 billion won, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all of your favorite athletes' performances. Compete against other players just by selecting higher or lower on your 2 or more player stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Try games like Vulture Protection, where if you select a designated running back to score a touchdown in your pick'em entry and they get vultured, we will rescue your entry. Or Red Zone Rush, a game you won't find anywhere else. Just pick whether or not a player will score a touchdown by swiping right for yes and left for no. Simple as that. Plus, your entry will be automatically boosted, and you'll get a 51% profit boost when you play. Join over 5 million fans already playing on Underdog. Download the app today. Use code ORANGE to get $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code ORANGE to get $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. All right, so last week, we finished strong. Regular season, we had a trifecta. I doubled the bet for $50. We're back up to $400 in our account.
Boom.
So, what championship games would you like to go ahead and look at here?
What game you want to pull out our $400 and to get a package with beating the bookie, and then we'll just like really, really kill it.
That's a lot.
Let's just see how much we could grow this pot to. Let's be swipe right millionaires. Come on, we got this.
What game can we bet on?
All right. Let's go Clemson SMU. I mean, that's close to home. It's the ACC, where it just means more.
I like that.
More.
All right.
More.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the some of our former friends we can bet on here. So with SMU, we've got Kevin Jennings, obviously the quarterback. We've got Brashard Smith, who is listed as a running back. We've got Keyshawn Smith
Because he is a running back.
as a wide receiver. Then also Matthew Hibner, who is a receiver, and Colin Rogers, who is their kicker.
Let's stick with the familiarity. Let's go.
All right.
Let's stick with former Canes or the quarterback.
All right.
Burchard.
So Burchard, higher or lower rushing yards, 85.5.
Hold on a second. I want to talk about something other Burchard, but a different topic,
Okay.
right? Which is, it was pretty funny today. Somebody said something about how when players get to us, they're slower.
Mhm.
And I said, it's always that way. Whoever's on the team looks slower in our uniform than if they do somewhere else. Burchard, case in point. Watch
faster.
him
Mhm.
in an
He didn't
SMU
look that
uniform, and he's electric.
Maybe it's the orange.
And you see him last year or the year before running, not even close to being that fast, appearance-wise. True. It's true. Look at it.
Yeah.
He's as fast as anybody in the game at SMU.
Scoop trips me out, bro, because at the end of the show, he does the hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's like, "Ew," and then he's been doing the Kurt Angle. It's true. It's true.
It's true. I got a lot of them.
And then the end of it doesn't matter. Like The Rock, there it is. There it is. He's just wrestling Scoop.
We're going to turn on one day, and he's going to be a darkened room with him just holding a lantern right by his face.
I'll do it. I'm gonna come paint it as Sting.
Bray
that
Wyatt.
would be awesome.
Hell yeah, white paint.
On losses, you go as Acolyte Scoop. Acolyte Toast, and you go as Sting Scoop.
I'll go Sting.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
On the rafters.
All right, so let's do this.
All right, so what are we going with?
Burchard over 85.5.
Over 85.5?
That
Higher than 85.5? Higher than 85.5.
Seems like a lot.
What's the Jennings play? And I'm going to look up something.
Passing yards, higher or lower than 244.5.
Seems like a lot too.
Passing touchdowns, higher or lower than 1.5. Interceptions, higher or lower than 0.5. Rush receiving touchdowns, higher or lower than 0.5.
Okay.
And
Rush
Kate
defense.
Klubnik.
Clemson. Yeah. Ooh, Clemson does not have a good rushing defense.
No.
Clemson's rushing defense is actually 14th out of 17th. They give up 150 yards a game.
The odds for Burchard higher is worse than if it was lower. So they see him going higher than this.
Yeah, so I'm going to say let's take the Burchard over.
I like it.
All right.
Okay. And so since
then we got to go with someone from Clemson.
Something for Clemson. Oh, so we're just gonna pick one more. Okay.
Well, no, we can do another SMU, but we have to have a Clemson player as well.
All right, let's just do the Clemson and just double. Yeah, one.
Do you want to do Klubnik or
over half a pick?
So higher than half a pick?
Yeah.
That's not a bet we can do with him.
Great.
Okay.
Of course not. Because I heard it's too good of a bet.
So passing yards, 250.5, higher, lower. Passing touchdowns, 1.5. Rush receiving touchdowns, 0.5. Longest completion, 41.5.
Rush receiving, let's just say under. Let's say he's got to get a receiving touchdown, or so we're gonna say he's gonna stay out of the end zone with that. I think that's a good play. I say under. No rushing.
Lower than 0.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then do you want to just go with those two, or do you want to go with another?
Let's go with those two and move along.
Okay.
Move along.
Then we're just gonna do $25.
Move along like I know
Clemson's gonna win.
Okay, whatever.
Does SMU get bumped?
That's what they've already stated.
Yeah.
They've already put it into the universe.
Of course.
They've already put it in the universe. And Jim Phillips, while you were talking, he's actually out there in the 11th hour, 11th of the minutes of the hours and seconds, saying, well, that's just not going to work. That's his language.
It's not right. Exactly.
I had a problem with Mario's language too.
What the fuck are you going to do, Jim?
Hopefully they do the right thing. There's you don't negotiate with terrorists.
I'm going to file a grievance.
Yeah, you don't use those words. You don't negotiate with terrorists. You're like, you are not keeping SMU out. You understand me? If you do, we will burn the place down. You don't negotiate with terrorists.
Well, that's your lack of mouthpiece right there.
That is your only other option, Ro. And I don't even think it is an option. The only other option would be every other conference and school tells the Big Ten and SEC to go, we're going to do our own thing, fracture the sport on purpose, like a live golf sort of a thing, have dueling national champions, and then hope that maybe do that for a number of years and the public demand forces them to come together with a more equitable deal.
Now you're talking,
long
buddy.
play
Yeah, I
decades.
like it.
That's like a decade.
If
Now you're
Clemson
talking.
wins
That's like
and
a decade.
SMU gets kicked out,
Yeah.
No, because here's the deal.
oh my God.
Here's the
You
deal.
think
At a certain
Miami
point,
getting held
Yeah.
out's bad?
Oh yeah.
They did this so we could have one national championship, so we wouldn't have split national championships. So then we go back to saying split
Yeah.
national championships. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care. Okay, we shared one with Colorado, Georgia Tech. I don't care.
There you go. All right.
I don't
Could
care.
you imagine? Could you
I
imagine
heard a
that? Seriously?
rumor that we have an OBBAI.
Oh,
Let's go. Oh no, this
We
is
do.
not good.
So look,
Oh, generous.
we're all in a tough place right now. We're all trying to figure stuff
Everything's
out.
fine. I don't know what you guys talking
That's
about.
true. That's right. I forgot. Sorry. Everything's fine. We were trying to figure things out. So
Was it a gummy?
I asked, yeah.
You missed it.
Rosie,
I caught it. I caught it. It's a cherry.
He tried to put it in his mouth and it fell down to his
To
lap.
this hand, dude. It went from this hand to this hand. Okay, I didn't drop it. Okay, drop is the floor. The floor
But
is
it
down
didn't
there.
go in the mouth, though.
It did. You hear me? And I
And
didn't
the
mute
second
why I
time-
chewed
It's a common
on
problem.
purpose,
Second time.
just so I could piss you off and trigger your OCD. That's why I was like, yeah, it was good. It was a good cherry. Didn't have a stem either. And if I said it had a stem, and there was a reason why I put the stem out, because if you saw the stem, you'd be like, guess what I
Oh,
can
that's
do?
what I can
now,
do.
I
now
didn't
he's
say anything.
now he's hot on
Look,
cherries.
Look, just because you
Oh,
guys
man.
can't fucking do it doesn't mean that you got to get mad at me
I
about
hear
it.
that you can do that again. I swear to God.
You're the only ones that bring it up.
No, you.
I mean, I know some other people that bring it up, but
All right.
I'm not going there.
Back to the nonsense at hand. So I asked the AI, can you come up with some scenarios for me where Miami makes the playoff?
Well, they're smarter than us.
Well, it's AI.
Not
Yeah.
much.
They have to have an answer, right?
Sure, they figured out. Yeah.
Strap in.
We fight so hard through sweat and tears in this game despite our fears. But now we sit with heavy hearts, watching playoff dreams depart. On that day, our wins were still. Syracuse claimed their thrill, left us broken, feeling ill, a nightmare we can't distill.
Welcome to the AI Orange Bowl boys.
Man, we leave for like 10 minutes and the whole thing burns down. What the hell happened?
Don't get me started.
Why are we here? Aren't we out?
What are you talking about? Guys, everything's fine.
We are artificial intelligence. We're supposed to be smarter than the real OBBs. So I figured we could do a little analytics and come up with some scenarios where the Miami Hurricanes make the college football playoff.
Guys, stop. Everything's fine.
I've run the numbers. It's not good.
Not true. For instance, Alabama could easily be out with 3 losses. Easily. Especially after the news breaks that Jalen Milroe has decommitted ahead of the playoff to pursue a future selling used Corvettes at the all-new Nick Saban Chevrolet in Tuscaloosa.
Where the prices are unmatched for like 12 years. Then they fall way off.
Maybe the Canes make the playoff once everyone remembers that Boise State plays in the Mountain West and their signature win was against UNLV. No, that's for real.
Maybe money is the answer, like Notre Dame's Riley Leonard, who is sharing his NIL money with his teammates. But he also shared his highly contagious case of conjunctivitis. The entire team gets pink eye, including football Jesus, and Marcus Freeman leaves early to take the Bears job in the NFL. Boom, we're in.
Dabo Swinney's plan to cut the brakes on Kalen DeBoer's car finally works out, and he slides over to Alabama to coach at his alma mater. He is subsequently fired his first week for failing to find a quarterback in the portal. Clemson out. Canes in.
Bobby Knight emerges from his grave to throw a chair at a Big Ten referee in the hopes of giving football fans a point of reference on why the name Indiana sounds familiar to them.
ASU quarterback Sam Levitt, much like Brick from the movie Anchorman, stabs a man with a trident while trying to plant at midfield. And he needs to disappear for a while.
That escalated quickly.
And as for OH, I can't say anything bad about them.
Of course not. You deserve to get pepper sprayed like Ryan Day.
So if any of these things come together, Miami has a shot.
Only to give up 190 points to a first-round opponent on the road.
We're so back, baby.
As always, go Canes.
Let's go.
Bange.
Touching.
So much to process.
Speaking of Bange, it's on Scoop's head.
It is.
Yes.
They're our
It
title
is.
sponsor.
Why do I
And
sound
you
so
know
loud
what?
on my
It is
microphone?
blue tarp season. And it's even extra blue tarp season. You want to know why? Because all the tears from the Canes fan base. You know, you went up to a nice little spot on your roof. You try to clear your mind. You try to get your head right. Tears just keep flowing. And then drip, drip, drip. Now you got a roof. All because of Canes tears.
I went over to
make the
Tampa
playoffs.
and we drove through St. Pete,
Mhm.
I-275 heading north, and we drove right past Tropicana Field. They
Mhm.
needed a roof.
Yeah.
Maybe they
need a
should
new
call
roof.
Bange. How
They
do they get in
should.
touch with them?
It's real simple. 954-561-305. It's 981 Roof, y'all. 981 Roof. Devil Rays? Well, you can't call them the Devil Rays anymore, but you can call them the Redskins.
I was just gonna say, you took it out of my
Redskins need
mouth, you
roofs
jerk.
too in their teepees. Let's go.
Oh
Bange.
man,
And who do you
Oh,
call,
man.
Scoop?
Paul
Yes. And call him.
Bange.
Also, go to MiamiHTS.com. Miami Hurricane Team Store. That is the official team store for your Miami Hurricanes. Use promo code OBB24 and you'll get 20% off. You want to get some good holiday gifts for that special someone. Then you can also go right over to manscaped.com. Use promo code OBB, get 20% off there for that special guy in your life. Make sure get him a little gift for those testicles. He will thank you very much for it. And last but not least, when we talk packages and we talk money, we got to be talking BTB.
BTB, beatingthebookie.com is where you get your packages. All the sports. College hoops is back. NCAA, we got championship weekend coming up. And then we'll have the playoffs, which is the first time we've seen this many games in the playoffs. It's going to be a lot of fun. NFL Sundays. Golf is right around the corner. The Hero World Challenge is this weekend, and then back to Hawaii come the new year. And then you got March Madness, and then you got NBA hoops. You get everything you want. Follow them at Beating the Bookie on Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram. I'm sure every other social platform there is at Beating the Bookie. All their free plays. So give you the free plays there. You buy your packages at thedomain.com. Free play for later.
Believe we have an IP daily.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
I'm IP Daily with my stream of consciousness. Daylight Miami, where Hurricane fans are apoplectic with rage after the latest poll has them on the outside looking in for the college football playoff. The CFP committee, which stands for the Committee of Fucking Pussies, decided not to piss off their pimp, Greg Scat Sankey, and awarded the final spot to an Alabama team that even their own fan base hates. The biggest hurdle the Hurricanes are facing is the fact that the head of the Committee of Fucking Pussies, Ward Manuel, is a complete cock. How big of one? Well, I heard an unsubstantiated rumor on the subway yesterday that he has allowed both Sankey and the head of ESPN to run trains on him. Repeatedly. As for Hurricane fans, listen, it sucks. In a just world, you'd be in. But your DC Lance Guidry ran a train on you all season long, and now you have Pop-Tarts in your future. You have two choices. You can appreciate the phenomenal season you just witnessed over the last 3 months and enjoy the off-season, or you can insert your hand into your vagina and whine like FSU fans for the next year. Until next time, I'm IP Daily asking, what's the difference between Ward Manuel and a castrated donkey? Nothing. Both are ballless asses.
Damn.
I don't know if it was a forecaster, but as soon as the theme music played, I just saw one of the OBBs kind of like duck his head because it's almost like he knew what was about to happen. So I buckled my seatbelt underneath there just to listen. And it's so funny because IP Daily had the same feverish pitch as me. Where you go, IP? Yes. No. Strike freaking one, dude. That's right. They don't like their own team.
Strike friggin' one, dude.
All right, so let me ask you a question. So according to CBS Sports, the bowl projections, they're usually pretty good at this. They got us playing in the Gator Bowl against LSU. So quality SEC opponents. Let me ask you a question. You go into that game, obviously you're assuming that Cam's going to opt out and focus on getting ready for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You go into that game with Emory as your starter. Poffenberger obviously has gone into the portal. Emory looks good in that game. You good moving forward with that?
I still
With
think
what?
you need to bring somebody in through the portal because you need to
No, you got to
challenge
bring
that
one
run.
guy. You can't have three guys, one of them being a true freshman, one a redshirt freshman. You can't. You can't.
No,
You need
you
another
need to.
guy.
Yeah. Period. End of story. Now it could be where like you watch him, he lights up the world, and then you're like, wow, we're hopeful, and then you bring
Still
somebody
need
else,
the
and
other
you're
guy.
like, yeah, you still need the other guy.
I mean, what if that
believe it
other guy
wholeheartedly.
ends up being your 2?
And
Well,
Miami,
hold on.
without
Well,
Cam Ward, Miami's going into that game as a dog. You know that, right?
So let me ask you this. I mean, obviously, you're not going to bring in someone like Cam Ward or the kid at Washington State now, because that's most likely going to be a 7-figure NIL deal you're going to have to sign them to. And you do that, they're the starter. So there really isn't a competition. And my thing is kid's been in the program for 2 years now, same offensive coordinator, been in the system, has 2 starts. He's 1-1, beat Clemson, lost to FSU, has shown us as much heart as you could in that loss to FSU. At some point, you have to be developing quarterbacks. Like, I mean, I don't mind bringing someone else in to compete. Like, my thought is, like, I see Poffenberger go into the portal. Kid's got 6,000 yards passing and 60 touchdowns. Granted, it was an FCS, but in my mind, folks are saying, oh, this and that. Like, I'm thinking he's been going up against Emory all year long and knows he's not going to beat him out.
Correct.
So he's out the friggin' door.
Correct.
So,
Emory is ahead of him.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't mind like bringing someone in to compete with them, but I don't think you bring in a 7-figure quarterback. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. But at some point, you have to be able to develop your own. Like this,
I think you tried to bring in a $7 million guy, a
Really?
7-figure guy,
And
just
Emory
like you
goes out
did
the door.
Then you bring in another guy that's not 7 figures.
I don't know, man.
You just
like, I mean, part of the like, so in my mind, so part of the joy of like college football was that you get that like redshirt sophomore that starts, and you're going to have them for a couple of years in the growing process. Like, are we really expecting that every year we have to come out now with a quarterback ready to win 10 to 11 games? Like that's what it has to be. You can't
give Luke
develop
Nickel
a kid.
A year. Give Luke Nickel a year. He can't
that's
do
what
it
I'm
this year.
saying.
But give him a year. Give him a year. Bring somebody in, let him and give Emory the best chance in the world. Go at it. And then I'm just telling you later on, give Luke Nickel a year. All right. I mean, Florida State did it with Jordan Travis. That was a kid from their farm system.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it too, but we did it with Cam Ward just now. So you got to just take it on all parts. You just whatever is available, whoever the best guy is. You might not have somebody. You might not have somebody worth the money to put against Emory. At that point, like once some of the top tier guys don't want to come to Miami, you might be at a situation. Do I really want to pay this money? I don't even think he's better than Emory. Let's ride with Emory.
Well, the room was much different. You had Emory coming off the injury. You brought in Poffenbarger, and then you had Judd Anderson coming in. You really didn't have anybody else, right? So you had those 3 guys. Jakari was gone. TVD's gone. So, and then you had a chance to get the guy, right? He was the top guy in the country in the portal. So it was easier to pull that trigger, right? So that's like saying, okay, if Mateer calls, you gonna say no?
Well, I mean, if you keep Dawson,
you know what I mean?
Have your pick of the quarterback, should you not? He just gave you the number 1 offense. Who's not going to want to play in that?
We'll just got to see if he's here.
Right?
Agreed. So what I'm saying is like if there's a top guy that wants to be the guy, you have to consider it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's middle of the road guys who want to come in and compete, and you don't have to lay it out there, right? As far as the money goes, you let that happen, and hopefully, we would hope that Emory beats them out, and that Emory's your guy next year, and he's got 2 years, and then you've got Luke Nickel behind him. Maybe Judd Anderson surprises some people, whatever it is. But last year was much different than this year. This year, there's nuances. Last year, it was very, very straightforward. You got to get the guy. Maybe you have the guy. We don't know.
I have a question I'm going to ask both of you, and this is Jenner's going to love this. So AI was talking about it. Obviously, the final standings haven't come out. Maybe the media pressure, whatever. For some crazy reason, the committee swaps Miami and Alabama in the final standings. If they do that, what would you? I want you to answer this question. If the college football committee changes course and swaps Miami for Alabama, I will do blank on video next episode.
Oh, no, this is not good.
I'll do the lemon shot challenge.
Ooh, okay.
I thought that was fun.
All right, the lemon shot challenge. I like it.
I will make, because I just see it and it's just the first thing that comes to my head, that guitar over there, I will break out that guitar and make a parody Miami, Alabama song of the likes, and I will sing it live on the podcast. Do it live.
Nice. Good. All right. Those are 2 good ones. I got no idea.
I was gonna say you're the last.
Toast said it like he was gonna trump it. Like just
nothing.
But he's just.
I was waiting to see the red
answer before he asked it.
I just wanted you guys to go on the record.
Oh.
All right. Well, you got to go on the record with something. All right.
What do I hate? I don't know. What would I?
How many red Solo cups do you have in the house?
You have to cold turkey call 3 people and just start a random conversation with them live on the podcast.
3 people,
just random 3 people like from the fan base. Just call like Miami Mando or somebody. Hi, buddy. Just start awkward conversations.
Just bizarre. I actually have Mondo's phone number. I could call him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a great dude.
All right. 5. Are we doing 5 questions or doing? Oh, we got to do picks.
Hell yeah, we're doing 5. Atta boy.
No, we're not doing 5 questions.
Yes, we are.
We got championship games.
Who brought it up?
We got to do championship games. And are we going around college football? Or do we take
2025?
blow our window?
Yeah, we have going around college football.
Not the offseason.
Well, what about we're going to talk about the Sebastian story?
Well, sure. Oh yeah.
Sure,
Talk to me about this.
Is it so? What happened?
Apparently, he shot his shot during the Syracuse game at CNY Central reporter Ashley Wenskowski. She tweeted, quote, "Feels like he has bigger things to worry about with this team on the ropes in the fourth quarter at the Dome, but who am I to say? Sebastian the Ibis, Miami's mascot, just kneeled down and asked for my number mid-drive."
You know,
I gotta be honest with you. I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
She should be grateful.
Oh goodness! Oh no!
You look.
No, this is not good.
I don't know why you're bitching, Samantha, Ashley, whatever your name is.
Ashley, let's see.
You should be okay with it.
Swimmy, slammy,
anything to get rid of that last
way
name.
off.
Way off. Oh my goodness.
All right. Oh, I got one for you. One of the controversies this week is opposing teams planting their flag during rivalry games. Mike Norvell just was an absolute little cuck about it when it happened. Doak Campbell with the Gators. My whole thing is simple. Don't let them win. Like, this isn't fun. We can't have fun like this.
No, I said where I was at an internal impasse. I don't think there's nothing that can break me from this. I believe wholeheartedly you have a 1,000,000% right to plant your flag on that rival's field if you beat them on the road with the same feverish pitch of like 10,000 rabid Wolverines. I will not let you do it. So there you go. You could do it, but I'm not letting you do it on my field. Just not going to do it. I'm going to fight you. You could try, but I'm not going to let you do it. I'm going to literally say, like a Gatorade bath, like they won. All right. As a coach, if I win, I get the Gatorade bath. I'm expecting it. If they win, you are not letting them plant the flag. Period. End of story. Go get the cops.
You guys should have shown that much fight during the game.
Yeah, well, true. But we have to have standards.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like the planting of the flag. I like the rival. I like it when players don't like each other.
I do too.
That makes it more fun.
And I don't know why it's weird. You can even plant your flag in the end zone. Like, just go plant it in the end zone somewhere. Just you come in the middle of the field on my logo. You're not doing it. You can even find a mini logo in the corner. I mean, Florida State, they're weirdos. They take your grass and they put in a grass graveyard.
I don't have a problem with
I don't care about
being
that. You
mad about them trying to do it. Am I muted? No. Them trying to do it like before the game. Right? Kind of like Devin Bush is tearing up, Michigan State's Spartan S in the middle of the field at the big green stadium there. I understand that. But you can't they beat you on your home field. So after the game, I think that you don't have the right. If they want to plan it. Before the game, non-negotiable. That's a hard stop. But after the game, they kind of have the right to do it. And you really don't have the right to not let them do it. They just beat your ass.
No, I'm going to stop them.
All right.
You're not doing it when I'm there.
All right.
I mean, you had Mario, they beat the horseshoe and he was like, he told his guys, do not do it. He's like, do not do anything to their logo. I remember that vividly. He was like, do not mess with their logo. Right? That's Mario. He did that. I mean, they went into the horseshoe and they won with his Oregon Duckies. So
What's next, Jenners?
We could jump to pick'ems now. I just wanted to get at least the Sebastian story in there. It's too funny.
Okay. All right. Any audio we wanted to hit?
You want Jameis Winston praying to be delivered from pick sixes?
Bro, he needs to pray hard.
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. Like, that's not me. Like, a phenomenal game, offense, do some great things, but I messed it up.
I don't know how much football God watches, but I don't think he's a Browns fan. So let's go with that.
I like Shannon Sharp at the end.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Jameis Winston has, I would say, Warwick Dunn has always been my favorite FSU guy. Just because of who he is and what he's done after the game of football.
Big time.
Amen.
And still remains my top FSU guy. Jameis Winston has absolutely climbed up into second place by a large margin. He is awesome. Like he is pure entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you not like him?
I should have started him sooner.
Crazy. He's great, dude.
He threw for 497 yards and 4 touchdowns, and the Browns lost.
And 2 pick sixes, and another one that almost went back to the house.
Yes.
Jesus.
It's fun, man. He's fun. Never bore him home with Jameis.
His workouts are amazing too. What he's like, I don't know. He probably took that from Florida State, where they shoot you in the face with like water guns.
Pretty funny.
Bro, we gotta bring this up real quick. Our favorite person in the world, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, flirting with the golden at-bat rule. Like, bro. So basically what this would mean is that at any point in the game, you could just have your one time a game, you could have your best hitter or whoever you want to get an at-bat regardless of where they are in the batting order. Now, could they also be on the bench and they just come in as a I don't know.
Where my head was at, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, but I'm just thinking in my head as a Yankee fan, I'm like, how is Aaron Boone going to mess this up? He's somehow going to be like keeping Aaron Judge on the bench too long. He's not going to have the opportunity to do his golden at bat. I just feel like that's going to put even more pressure on managers because they screw up their bullpen rotations all the time. Now you're going to give them this mulligan like free. Like, and when do you do it? It's so stupid.
I love this. Baseball managers really do nothing.
And they're weirdos. They wear the uniform of the player.
So it's like you give them two responsibilities they have, and they're clear to mess it up.
And did you hear what I said? Why are they so weird? Why do they insist on wearing the uniform of the player?
They're
no other sport does
bunch.
Eric Spoelstra needs to just get that jump in those little shorts and like some Jordans. Then you realize how weird it is when you literally look at a big. Like, I play against little kids, 12 and 13-year-olds, and I play some of these organizations where their coaches are like to the full nines, and I'm like, you guys are idiots. You probably come from a family of idiots. Bro. Lorraine, if you ever raise somebody like that, I'll disown you. And they grow up and they wear full baseball clothes at a 13U baseball game. Idiots.
Imagine the golden at bat rule's been around for ages.
Okay.
How many golden at bats does Barry Bonds have?
How many?
Who's leading all time? Who's the all-time leader in baseball?
162 times. He's got 1,200. Like, that's what he got. 1,620. That's what he's got. 162 games a year. An extra goal in the batting game. Yeah. Times 10 years. Yeah, that's about right. He's closing in on 2,000 extra at bats. I mean, you're going to shatter some records, I would assume.
I mean, that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
from somebody with a leadership role in a major sport.
He's a schmuck.
Who brought this up? How high was this person who brought this up in front of Manfred? I could just see them right with each other going.
Oh no! The story's Manfred was pitching it.
No,
but he had to hear from somewhere. He had to hear from somewhere.
You know where he got it?
Clip. Yep, 5 years ago.
Banana ball.
No, there's video. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, he is on with Levitard and Stugatz. And friggin' Stugatz, because this is how Stugatz's brain works, brings up the concept of a golden at bat rule, and Manfred laughs off the concept. In 4 years, and they dropped the clip like this week. It's like 4 years later, he's pitching it.
That's Inception, right? That's the whole movie of Inception. You just plant that one little food for thought, and it grows forever. And then all of a sudden, it's like he takes credit for it. I have this wonderful idea. It's so stupid, but I'm here for it. I want him to do. Listen. I know we kind of balked at the delay of game calls, and it's fruity when they do it, and you either get called a strike or called a ball. I'm not going to lie there, but it has done its job. I mean, baseball games run a
No,
lot
100% faster. Yes, 100%.
Thank
now
you.
we just need robot umps at home plate, calm balls and strikes. 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm a firm believer that you do that and you allow pitchers to now have a set strike zone where they can focus and learn on painting the corners, and batters know exactly where it is. I think it's just going to improve everything.
I mean, it's getting to the point where the baseball, you got to remember the mound difference. Like they backed it up over time because the pitcher, you're at a point where the pitchers have the ultimate advantage, right? They're throwing 100. They didn't throw 100. Like everybody's throwing 100. So you got to do something. Either you back up the mound, or you get the robot or something, and do golden at bats.
All right, let's do some picks, kids.
All right.
What are the standings at, Jenners, here with the final 5 games?
Oh boy. Didn't have a great week. Toast went 5-4. Roe went 5-4. Scoop went 3-6. As we go into championship week, Toast is your leader in the clubhouse. 50-50, 500 even, and everybody, Scoop and Roe both 2 games back, 48-52.
Okay. So we got 5 games this week. We got Army Navy next week,
and then the
and
playoffs.
that'll be it.
You can pick the playoffs.
Toast has to go first.
All right. We will start. We'll go in order of as these are happening.
Let me give you BTB's pick.
Oh yes, please.
Tulane Army over 45.
Perfect, because we are not picking that game. All right. First game. It is tonight. This will be for a college football playoff spot. 8:00 on Fox. Boise State versus UNLV. Boise -4. Is this being played in Vegas? Or somewhere? I'm guessing. I don't know. Colorado.
UNLV has a chance to get in the playoffs.
Oh, it's in Boise? Oh, yeah, at Boise.
Friday
okay.
at Boise.
Good. All right. Top seed gets a home game. Wow. All right.
UNLV, the team that the guy left after 4 games because he didn't get paid, and then the guy comes in and takes him to the playoffs. That one?
Yeah, that one. Possibly. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm taking Boise.
I'm taking UNLV.
I'm taking the Smurf Turfers.
Next up, Big 12 Championship, Saturday, high noon. Arizona State versus Iowa State. Winner is in the college football playoff. Arizona State, Dilly and his boys giving 2.
Dilly. Oh, wait, go ahead. You have to take Matt Campbell. So he takes Iowa State.
My boy, Matt Campbell. All right, I'll take Matt Campbell. I got no problem with that. I've been riding with him for 4 years.
Dilly.
All right.
Did he fix his teeth yet? I don't know. All right,
Matt Campbell?
Yeah, Matt Campbell. He's got bad teeth.
I thought it was his hat that was a problem.
No,
4 p.m. Saturday, tomorrow, SEC Championship. This has no bearing on the college football playoff outside of seeding. Texas versus Georgia. Texas -2.5. I am taking Georgia.
I got to get ground here. So I'm going to take Texas because Carson Beck is wholly up Cavender's.
Hey, congratulations to both of them. 30 under 30 for Forbes.
All right.
Who you got, Scoop?
He said hook 'em.
Okay.
I've given
Big
you
10
3
championship
answers already.
8:00 on CBS. Number 1 Oregon versus number 3 Penn State. In Indianapolis, Oregon is giving 3.5. I am taking the Ducks.
As am I.
First.
What's the line?
3.5.
Oh, it's not big enough. I want to take Penn State. Oregon.
All right, last one. The game that we are not in, ACC Championship game, 8:00 on ABC, SMU versus Clemson. In Charlotte, SMU is giving 2.5. I have Clemson.
Puts me in a pony position.
Yeah, me too. I think Clemson wins. Pony up.
There we go, boys. That is it. Yeah, I got nothing else.
We're all in striking distance. If because I picked one game different than Scoop. If we pick those, it could.
How many games did we pick?
5.
5.
Yeah. And I got one different than you.
I picked 4 different than Toast. So
there you go.
It's a winner go home.
I picked 3 different than Toast. One different from you.
Yeah. I've never won this competition.
It's kind of like the bear thing, right? I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just got to be faster than you two.
Yeah, that's right.
I like the competition better when Roe had to get his balls snipped, but
too late.
whatever.
Yeah. There you go.
That was fun. That was
fun.
That was like
you
the
missed
same
all
thing
that.
for like 3
I wasn't
years.
here for that. My goodness.
Oh my God.
I kept winning, and I was like, nobody does
Pickums had
anything.
higher stakes when you guys
Yeah,
were
he had to get
before I was here.
snipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what are we
So-
naming this dumpster
He
fire?
was a
All right,
mess. Anytime
before
you
we get to
brought up,
that, before we get
What
to
you got?
that, I got a dad story. I actually got 2, but I don't want to monopolize the floor with both. So you get to pick. You get to pick the good, heartfelt dad story, or you get to feel like I'm a terrible dad story. So like, which like bad
I
dad,
want the
good dad?
terrible dad story.
Terrible Roe, because you're such a good guy.
So on the way home from our last baseball game, right? We love to listen to Breaking Benjamin channel on Pandora, but out comes the Limp Bizkit version of Behind Blue Eyes, right? And if you remember that, it's the Texas like LIMP, like that version. I'm like, Franco, and for some reason with my son, he's 13 years old. I go, Franco, they played at Woodstock once, so and they tore down everything,
bro.
And they burned it down. They came on off of Alanis Morissette. So there I go. Onto YouTube. Find Limp Bizkit's performance at Woodstock 2.0 doing break stuff, the unedited version. And I'm like, oh, I forgot how bad this song was. But I was already in. So break something. That's probably why I was so spirited at the front end of the show. So
that I tell you, that have you watched the Woodstock documentary? That one?
Yeah, I have seen the behind the scenes because I was talking to Franco about like that. How they're telling, don't you do it, like especially those clips.
It wasn't Alanis Morissette. It was
she was on earlier though.
Yeah, but who was on right before?
It was Birkenstock Rock, y'all. Yeah, Birkenstock Rock, because that's where we would say Birkenstock Rock, y'all.
I think it was Sheryl Crow was on right before, and like they rushed her out. Like she was like, "Get me out of here," and like ran back to her trailer, whatever. And then Limp Bizkit was literally came out right after, and the place burnt down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With them, oh my God!
And they were begging
when
them,
that
play
thing,
that song.
when that hit, it was like you saw it on the seismic meter. Incredible.
Oh, you know what?
There you go.
You want to play some good Gen X?
Your eyebrows. Have you seen him lately? Have you seen them?
No, but that band fell apart once Wes was gone.
No, Wes is back. They're all together.
Yeah, they're all together
good.
again.
Is he still dressing like a zombie?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's so cool.
But Durst, I mean, so Durst is he's all gray. So it's like you would see him and you don't even know it's him.
Yeah.
So like you see him and he's so chill on stage now.
So they do break stuff chill version.
It's
just break something tonight.
It's so good.
Give me something to break.
No, he gets on
as long
vocally.
as it's before 9 p.m.
Right. Yes.
He gets on it vocally, but he's not.
Your ass
he's not
raw.
really breaking anything anymore, except for like his femur.
Everybody listening.
It's hard to break your femur, bro. Go with your hip.
I know.
You got
really hard to break a femur.
Play,
when that thing goes,
it
goes.
The world for your kids this holiday season.
All right.
What are we naming this, bro?
I don't know.
I just threw in a late edition with only breaking his hip. It's pretty funny. I don't have a ton of them this week though. That's not going to work for us. Running a train.
Oh no!
I know.
No.
I had he said. He said.
She should be grateful. How many red Solo cups do you have? And and breaking his hip.
She should be grateful.
She should be grateful.
Yeah.
She should be grateful. All right.
Hello, Las.
So we're not going to do a stream for the ACC title game, right?
Nothing on the line.
Nothing on the line.
No.
That's it. All right. So we'll see if we do a Gator Bowl thing, but there you go. I guess we'll find that out this week.
Pop-Tarts.
I wouldn't mind Pop-Tarts right now.
Chocolate one.
Disgusting.
Chocolate frosting.
I wouldn't mind going to the Pop-Tart bar and like biting out of the actual mascot.
See, this is the anarchy that's about to happen with 5 questions, because this is when we realize that this guy is a toaster strudels guy.
Fucking toasters.
I mean, that's what the bowl should be if they want any validity.
Toaster strudels.
Toaster strudel.
Your hands all sticky. You got a white. No, it's nasty.
You lick them.
What are we talking about here? Pop Tarts or toasted strudels, or what are we talking about?
Finger licking good, man.
Licking your hands.
Hold on. Did you guys watch the video I sent you from TikTok earlier?
No. We're
yes,
trying
I saw that. I watched that. Yes, I watched it. That was funny. That was
Oh my god, I couldn't.
funny.
I watched it 10 times.
That's hilarious.
as we're gearing towards the off-season off-ramp, but like legitimately, that term you just said it, Scoop, finger licking good. Has anybody done that like I can't wait to lick my fingers? This is how good this food is. That's not a real thing, right?
No. I mean, not
No.
me. No.
Like, because they say it's finger licking good, like it's a routine thing, but that is not a routine thing.
I get
like,
stuff in my
I'm not
fingers.
licking
I
my
gotta take a
fingers.
shower.
Yeah, get the
You
hell
take
out
like
of here.
4 showers a day, anyways.
You have no idea the amount of shit I get from Maven for taking showers.
You should.
Like, it could be I will definitely take 2 a day because I take one in the morning when I get up because I have things to do, like work, and then I take one before I go to bed because I like to get into bed clean. The amount of shit I get for taking a shower before I go. She takes a shower every night.
She doesn't take one in the morning.
All right.
No, she does not.
Yeah.
Pause. How many showers do you take, Toast? Ideally, like routine.
Ideally, 4 a week.
4 a week. Okay. Jenners.
Yeah, I'm every morning.
What the fuck did you just say?
Not at night.
How do you skip a day?
What did you just say?
Yeah.
I'm at least 1 a day, and if I work out, it might be 2. But I'm not doing the morning rounds. That's what I went to bed clean for. I don't know how dirty I got in my own clean bed. So I just get up, I wash my face, and I go. Now, the bigger story. What the hell are you doing on the other 3 days?
I can skip a day without a problem. I leave the house.
All right.
I leave the house. So what are we going to do? I can actually skip a day or 2. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You know what Toast House smells like? You know what it smells like?
Cellulite hanging in pubic hair.
Oh, no. It smells good in his house. I've been in his house.
Bro, I use my Manscaped product and everything. No, it's just glorious. It smells glorious.
Scoop's face.
Scoop cannot even wrap his brain around.
I can't even.
He's at least 14 a week. That's 10 more than you.
I have a minimum of 14 a week. That's correct.
And all I can say is, Toast, you're not winning on the strength of schedule right now. Scoop's got way more quality wins.
Yes, 100%.
It's a good late addition for a show title.
How long are your showers, bro? How long are you in there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Minutes,
oh, okay.
7
All
minutes.
right. So it's a quickie. It's a quickie.
I just have to clean myself off.
I don't know.
See, I
Well,
see now that's where I'm
you're very
different.
dirty. You're rolling around.
I'll go in there for 15 minutes. I'll stretch. I got a pretty big walking.
Stretch?
Yes. That's a new thing.
Like do squats?
No, I like stretch. I'll bring my hip, my leg up. I'll sit down.
Like
I'll
your
try
calf.
to bend over.
Wait, hold on. You'll sit down and stretch your legs?
Yes, I have a big
in the shower.
Yes, I have a big. It's
I got
rather
you, but
big.
you'll do like yoga in there?
Well, you're hot and you're loose, and I'm the
You're
most
hot and you're loose.
Hot and you're loose.
Yes, and
I
you're
got
muscle.
hold on. We're changing the title. Oh, you're hot and you're loose.
Jenners, I didn't say I brought an. I didn't bring company in there when I stretch.
He's wearing leather chaps in there. Assless chaps.
You're hot and you're loose. Light a few candles, you know. I mean,
You're hot and you're loose.
It's actually been a really good game changer. It's been a game changer for me. I was having some bad back problems. I started stretching in the shower. It's much better. It's taken away like 70% of my back pain.
All right.
Oh my God. Kids ever
changing the
walked
show
in
title,
and
by the
caught
way.
you
You're
and
hot
caught
and
you
you're loose.
stretching?
Let's say that again.
Kids have never walked in and caught you stretching mid shower?
It would be a sight, especially when I do the one where like I bend over. You feel the water. You feel the hot water dripping down your back into your balls.
God.
Knock, knock. Hey, Dad. Oh, Dad.
Hey.
Oh, hey. And you know me, I'm quick-witted. So I would turn around, I would just see them shock and awe. And I would look at them and be like, well, that's where you came from. So, all right.
Oh, damn. All right. That was good. I needed that.
I'm 100%
Back at it
changing
next week.
the show title, by the way, to You're Hot and You're
No, yeah, we
Loose.
have to. Yeah. It has to change the show title.
You're hot and you're loose.
You're hot and you're loose. Fucking row. Bro, you're doing his calisthenics in the shower.
Bro, what just happened just now? Because it literally, dude, did you just see the hot potato? And by the end of it, I'm the one that just, it went from he took too many showers, we're laughing at him. You didn't take too many. And then this guy had to just surgical strike his own position, which you never do. Never call a surgical strike on your own position. And I did that all because inadvertently, I'm like, yeah, he's stretching his shower.
I can't
oh my
let that
goodness,
go.
never change. Never change.
All right. Listen, man, have fun watching the ACC title game this weekend. We'll no more recap shows until the bowl game, so we'll see you guys like next Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or something.
I mean, we're all rooting for Clemson, right?
Off 100%, yes.
Because I'd like Alabama not to be in, but
sure.
I'd also like if Alabama does get in and SMU does get in, it's a total shit show.
Yes, because then we just fracture the sport.
Yeah,
we walk away.
Yeah.
All right. As always,
go Tigers. Okay.
Okay.
As always, go Tigers. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Reroll.
As always, go Tigers.
It's true. It's true.
It's
Bange.
true.